I'm Bobby G, taking a break from the music for just a couple moments to talk to a very special guest. A friend of mine, Becky Glines from Southwestern Healthcare is in the studio. How are you doing, Becky?
Good. Thanks for having me.
Well, we're glad to have you. We always like to talk about special events here in the tri-state, especially fundraising events for great causes. And you've got one coming up later this month at Tropicana on April 20th, an event called Brim and Rim. You said it's called Brim and Rim, and I had to Brim and Rim. So now you've got my interest piqued, and hopefully the listeners as well. What in the world is Brim and Rim?
Okay, so it started off with the brim of a hat and the rim of a teacup. So it was like a ladies' tea party around the Derby time of year. So they would wear hats and sip tea and all of that. And then it's evolved to where we have lots of corporate sponsors. And so we have a good mix of men and women who all come together to have a nice lunch for the cause of mental health and addictions.
So yeah, talk some more about Southwestern Healthcare. You hear that, obviously you hear healthcare, it has something to do with taking care of folks, but what exactly do you do at Southwestern Healthcare?
So a lot of people don't realize, but we are the community mental health center here in Gibson, Warwick, Posey, and Vanderburgh counties. We have 14 locations in those 4 counties, and we serve over 12,000 folks a year. We provide inpatient, outpatient, mental health, and addictions. And then the inpatient is for the addiction side. We have our Stepping Stone, which is a residential facility for those struggling with addictions.
Okay. We're talking with Becky Glines from Southwestern Healthcare about the annual Brim and Rim fundraising event on April 20th at Tropicana. So what happens that night on the 20th? How are funds raised, and how can people be a part of it?
Okay, so the event is from 11:30 to 1:30 during the day. It's a luncheon.
Okay.
And what happens is people come in, they have time to peruse the vendors that we have there and shop a little if they want. They have time to look through our silent auction. We have over 50 wonderful items, anywhere from Holiday World tickets to massages, different things like that, different experiences you can purchase. And then they sit down and they're going to hear from a guest speaker. And that speaker is going to talk about their life with addiction. And it's actually somebody very relatable. This young man is in his early 30s. He first dabbled with addictions, with drugs and such when he was at Wrights High School.
Okay.
Just was doing it with his friends. He comes from a really good, upstanding family. He went for treatment then. He decided that he didn't want to do it quite then.
He wasn't ready for it.
So then later on in his 20s, he found himself homeless.
Wow.
So now he's in a really bad situation, and he went for treatment. Still didn't want to change his life. Wasn't ready. So later on, about 5 years later, he finally went back for treatment and said, I got to have a change. I need to wake up. I need to become who I want to be in life. And so he took the model that we offer, because we know the model works. We see people graduate the first time. It's all about the person and being ready. So don't give up on your loved one. If they are struggling with addiction and they relapse again, or they upset you again, and here they are down that path again, keep fighting for them. And keep knowing that one time is going to sink in and it's going to work, because we see it all the time.
So we're gonna hear more of his story on the 20th at Tropicana.
So he'll speak, and then we'll have a live auction, and then the event will conclude.
So is this a type of event where folks need to pre-register for something? Can they just show up that day, and how does that work? Because
this is a luncheon and we have reservations, people will need to call in advance.
Okay.
The number is 812-436-4221, and they'll need to call me to purchase a ticket to attend.
Okay, and Becky from Southwestern Healthcare, how can folks get a hold of you?
Okay, again, 812-436-4221. Email me, Glines, GLINESB, at southwestern.org, or visit us online at southwestern.org.
Awesome. Find out more about this event. It's called Brim and Rim. It's on April 20th at Tropicana, raising money for Southwestern Healthcare and all the wonderful things they do there. Becky, good luck to you. Thank you for coming in, and we'll talk to you later.
Thanks for having me.